Hey Dom, this is Dave this side. Today I want to get into an issue with Halsey that seems to be resurfacing and how BTS got involved, specifically Suga. I also want to talk about Jimin and his recent post on Twitter wishing us a goodbye. So, hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your dumpling, Teespilling Mug merch, and let's get into it. The first thing that I want to get into is the recent stuff going on with BTS and their concerts. I just want to recap some of the fun moments that we have seen so far and some stuff I've missed. As many of you are probably aware, during the Seoul concert, armies that attended were not allowed to make a lot of noise. Something about noise pollution, but also to not disturb the environment in that area of Seoul, as there may be a noise issue. Especially nowadays, a lot of Asian culture like China and Korea are very sensitive to making sure they lower their carbon footprint and not to disturb the natural order of nature. I think this is very important, and of course the armies who attended respected this and didn't make a lot of noise. But that doesn't mean they can't cheer. Since BTS members were likely concerned about how they were even going to be able to tell if armies were having a good time, as how can you tell when everyone is silent and has their mask on, so you literally can't see anyone's reactions. Big Hit staff posted on BTS's Twitter and Weverse a post that was meant to surprise BTS. It was basically a flyer talking about the situation, how everyone will be given clappers and when they can use the clappers for certain songs. Apparently they were going to show a purple heart over certain lyrics, and that is when you're allowed to cheer. And of course you wouldn't want members to know this, as this would be a pleasant surprise for them. But they likely did find out, but the original post looked like it was posted by a Big Hit intern or whatever, and it appeared like it was deleted fairly quickly after. There became memes saying how this was supposed to be a secret but was posted on the official BTS account. But I mean, where else would you post this? I suppose maybe the BTS fan clubs. But they decided to do it this way. But it's also interesting how much they're posting about the concert. I see a lot of celebrities don't usually post too much when they're on tour, as not every single person who follows an artist typically cares about the tour. Some people just like to listen to the music or watch the videos, but don't care to see the artist live. And also, the tickets are already sold out, so it's not like posting about it can increase sales or whatever. But BTS recently been posting a lot about the concert because it seems like this is the main topic of conversation that keeps getting brought up to them. People want to know about the concert even if they can't attend, and so BTS has been giving us updates. The most recent tweet on BTS's Twitter is a photo of Jimin saying goodbye for the day or good night, and it was hashtagged Jimin, which means it was him that posted it. Brings me back to the good old days where BTS had to hashtag themselves because we didn't know who posted it, but now they have their own personal Instagram. Now, Jimin was posting a backstage photo of him saying goodbye for the day. It's typically not something a lot of artists will do because oftentimes some of the fans may not even know that the artist is on tour. Sometimes we think they're on a break, but this photo of Jimin on tour has 2 million likes. I think people were aware BTS are doing shows right now. This was also interesting on a whole other level, and people were tweeting at BTS or just talking about BTS. Some even made it to this recent Jimin tweet, basically requesting BTS to relook over their friendship with Halsey. I have a lot to say about this, so buckle in. If you aren't aware, a lot of us woke up to a storm on Twitter about what happened with Halsey, and I'm about to break it all down. First of all, a lot of fans really hate this idea that celebrities are friends with BTS. Let's just say it for what it is. A lot of quote-unquote supporters really hate that BTS has female friends, but also hates the fact that BTS has American friends. This hate, I think, is just hate on its own, but some people will use this idea that they hate these American celebrities because all American celebrities are quote-unquote problematic, and telling BTS to distance themselves. A lot of celebrities in general get into a lot of trouble, but this doesn't mean that every time they were canceled, it was justified. BTS fans were bringing up old Halsey moments to try to get her and BTS to stop being friends. Halsey, back around 2014 or 2015, was on tour or meeting her supporters, and oftentimes these people would ask Halsey to kiss them. It would be either on the lips or on the cheek, and there's a few photos of this which I don't want to show, but you can find them if you must. The issue became that Halsey was kissing teens. I have a few thoughts on this. Kissing teens or minors in a sexual way is not appropriate at all, but that is not what happened. It was a peck on the lips or the cheek, and it wasn't anything intended to be more than just a show of affection and love to the people that supported her. She was also a teen at the time too, so keep that in mind. In European countries, adults kiss kids, either their kids or nephews or whatever, on the mouth too. Men and men, men and women, women and women. It's not sexual at all. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. Like, why aren't they grabbing each other's crotches? Because that's sexual and inappropriate. A kiss is only sexual if you intend it to be. Halsey is not attracted to the people that came to her show. She's not groping them. She's not saying, let's sneak out the back and have an orgy. She's just kissing them. This is the same logic as saying if you kiss your dog on the mouth, you're engaging in bestiality, or you're sexualizing your dog. There's tweets of some BTS fans saying that they can no longer support Halsey. If you can't look for a reason to not hate someone, then maybe deep down you are already intending to hate that person, and you are probably just looking for a socially acceptable reason to do so. Because now there's more of a mob saying Halsey is bad. Like, it feels the same as those people who go to a restaurant and look for a reason to say, well, that was bad service, so I'm not gonna tip. The food was 5 minutes too late. It was already in their head that they didn't want to tip. And also, if you really think it was sexual, the hate still isn't warranted. I wanted to stress that we don't know the age of the people Halsey kissed, so that's first. And also second, the age of consent in America is 16, I believe, and in some places 12. But the age of consent was for and defined for having sexual activities with a minor. Nothing sexual happened, it was a kiss. Please stop throwing around the words pedo or anything like that. It actually takes away from people that actually hurt children and babies. Because next time people see the term being thrown around, they're not going to take it as seriously. Child abuse, parental abuse, this is all a problem, not a peck. You think Halsey was 17, 18, or 19, or whatever age she was, didn't know she couldn't have sex with her supporters? She knew that. That's why she didn't do that. But also there are claims that it's being brought up now because she needs to take accountability. She has apologized for old stuff she's done, and she's changed. She's not doing this anymore. That's how you can tell she's changed. She doesn't have to publicly say, I'm not doing this anymore. You can tell from her actions. Why not see if she's still actually doing this first, and if she is, and then cancel her if you must. But of course, it's easier to just make a tweet trying to cancel her because that's going to give you more clout and followers. Now, how did BTS get involved in this? I don't know. I believe it was BTS fans trying very hard to find something to cancel Halsey for, and it kind of worked. People were tweeting against her, and she kind of trended for a little bit. Twitter has gotten pretty good at very quickly taking down these bullying / cancellation trends, and it was removed from the top trending after a few minutes of getting up there, or at least I didn't see it anymore. People were hoping BTS would unfollow her, and a lot of ARMYs were saying that they didn't want to support her anymore and that she was problematic. And others came out saying that they never liked her to begin with. How convenient, by the way, to see all these I never liked her tweets when she is being canceled. But when all these people liked her and this wasn't an issue, all those tweets were nowhere to be found. Now suddenly it's cool to hate her, so let's do that. She's apparently not a human being anymore. Suga was being dragged into this, and people were saying that Suga is the closest to Halsey because Halsey recently posted a happy birthday wish to him and a photo of what appears like Suga holding Halsey's baby. And since Suga was the closest to Halsey, that he might need to be canceled as well for supporting and liking her. I don't even have to say how ridiculous this is. That just seems like a bunch of people who neither liked Halsey or BTS trying to cancel both of them. What I have noticed is as big as a celebrity gets and the bigger they get, there's an army of people trying very hard to constantly cancel them and look for a reason to be mad. Please don't ever take any of this BS seriously when you see it online. These so-called BTS fans try to cancel Megan Thee Stallion for looking too pretty in front of BTS at a show and saying she was too slutty. There's a lot of girls that support BTS, and the people who are saying this are probably also girls, and apparently don't see anything wrong with girls slut-shaming other girls. On that note, let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.